Hey there, and welcome back to Cursed Seeds, an educational monster train series where we struggle through the toughest challenges around. In this episode, I was told literally nothing about what to expect here. Prior to cracking this open about 5 seconds before starting the recording, I didn't even know what the clan combo was. I have no context for what was the difficult component of this, what the challenge was, where the person struggled, or what. So I'm going into this absolutely blind. Honestly, you can probably, if you're submitting a seed for this series, tell me a little more than that. I'm always kind of interested in where was the issue, not necessarily what combat or what boss or what you had in your deck, but like what was the theme of the issue that you had? Did you not have enough damage? Did you not have enough survivability? Could you not answer certain problems? Things like that are nice because then at the end of the episode, when I go back and compare against the existing run here and my run, I can explain better why this worked for me or maybe not, and why it didn't work for you. So, generally, just kind of keep that in mind. That said, if you just end up sending me blind seeds like this, I'm also still viable to run them. It's totally cool. And yeah, so if you are just joining us for the first time, you have no idea what's going on here. Basically, if you're playing the game at Covenant 25 with no mutators, and you run into a challenge or a run that you've hit that is so difficult that you can't win, that you try it multiple times and you fail, and you're just not sure what to do differently, those are the runs that you should turn into a challenge like this with 3 words. Submit to me via any means possible. YouTube comments are probably the easiest one because obviously I'm going to be seeing those. But you could also catch me on Discord, Reddit, whatever. It's all fine to me. So, and I will run them, record them, over explain them, and then post them to the channel for you. There is I don't want to say a backlog, but I do get a fair number of submissions. So when these get submitted, there tends to be a little bit of a delay before they come out because I'm not trying to upload too many videos in a certain day just for good YouTube content etiquette, I suppose, is the best way of putting it. If I put out like 10 episodes in a day, it doesn't really jive well. People don't watch them, people miss episodes, etc., etc. So, this tends to be a much better approach overall for the channel, but also for the viewers. So, that said, these do get recorded kind of randomly, so in between other episodes. So, don't worry too much about continuity. We track everything separately here. And yeah, that's about as much as I need to say. We are on back on a 1-0 win streak here. We had 10 shards through ring 6 in our previous episode and then blasted out and 90 at the end there very quickly. I think we actually went even higher in order to make Shadow Siege playable through an unbelievable gambit. And I don't know, there's definitely an easier line through that run, but whatever I did worked, so I'm fine with it. Very interesting run in general. I won't spoil it too much. If you haven't seen it, I actually think it's one of the most interesting runs I've played in a while, so I recommend going and watching the previous episode. But regardless, it was a victory, which is excellent. So let's talk briefly about this run now and what we're seeing here. We're back on Tethys Gaming, so unsurprisingly, always a difficult champion to play. I feel that if you're win streaking, then usually what you're going to have struggles with are consistency when playing with Tethys, because frequently she's ineffective, she just dies randomly, maybe you don't see conduit and the line looks really weird, things like that. And then unsurprisingly as well, you've got Umbra units. I get asked a couple times, I have been asked a couple times if I think this is the worst clan combo, and truly I don't think it is. Stygian is a really strong clan. It's hard for me to feel bad playing Stygian. The lines are straightforward and they're very potent, but having a somewhat dud champion hurts a lot. And when you have Umbra, it's particularly confusing because what if you don't see a good incant line here, which tends to be true for the seeds that get submitted with Tethys, right? If I have an easily available Siren of the Sea with a lot of incants, usually you can solve the run pretty easily. If you don't and you have to do something weird with Umbra, then okay, things kind of get a lot worse from there. On the flip side, Shade Splitter is at least an incant that you can play on any floor, and you can chump block with the morsels. So it's pretty solid otherwise if you can avoid the Umbra line. But we'll see. I do think there are worse combos in the game, for sure. This one is tough. It's hard to rate anything with Tethys very high simply because Tethys is in a bad place as a champion, but, you know, it is what it is. That's about as much as I need to say here. Let's see, 26,000. This is probably a Ring 6 death, if I were to guess, based on score alone. I try not to gauge based on time because I'm so slow and everyone has such variant speeds that they play the game at. But with score perspectives, I think 26k is roughly Ring 6. Which means, and that's a death at Arcus or Fel, and truly, I think they can sneak up on you. They require a lot more than Ring 5 does, and if you're not overkilling the hell out of Ring 4 and 5, you might not skate by. Especially if this is something like Curse Fel and you're just not prepared for it, so. And that's probably as much as I need to say here, so yeah, let's go ahead and dig in and see what nightmares await us. Oh boy, Tethys Gaming. Alright, hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing alright. I've had a really bad neck twinge, cramp, something all night long. And it's just been brutal. I can't turn my head right now or it hurts. So that's no fun. But I don't need to turn my head much for Monster Train. I kind of just look at the screen, so it works out for me. Hopefully none of you all are dealing with any nightmare stuff like that. But that is enough about the real world. Let's talk about Hell. We are default Stygian with default Umbra. We're facing Dazed Talos. This is interesting. This is Spellshield Arcus and Sap Seraph, with Offering Token, Space Prism, and Frenzied Swarm. So this is interesting. A loss at Arcus. Well, I'll check after this. Let me skip ahead to the screen beyond, and let's go and scroll and find where our friend died, because that's always important information. Was it Ring 6? No. That was Seraph. That's a really low score on a Seraph. That means a lot of damage had been taken throughout the run. Very interesting. Okay. Let's talk briefly about the start, though. It's a bit of a do-nothing start. I don't love these. I like starts that have immediate impact, so things that do damage right away, pings, stuff like that. This kind of a run with Space Prisms, it's fine. It's a good card. Offering Token, great if we see incants. Frenzied Swarm, excellent for keeping Tethys alive. Very strong in general. We do see Stygian banners, 2 of them with Steel Shop lineups, and a third one here. So I can theoretically dodge Umbra banners. Now, that doesn't mean I see an incant line necessarily, right? I could see something just Silliphite and Cold Kalia repeatedly. So there is certainly the doomed possibility here, but it's pretty unlikely. So there's that. We have a Frenzied Swarm, which is one of the best ways of keeping Tethys alive. You can do things such as intrinsic holdover Frenzied Swarm in order to save her constantly. That way you get it on turn 1. Essentially, you're sacrificing the 1 Ember every turn in order to make sure you have it on turn 1, which is very powerful sometimes. Depending on your deck density for solutions, that may be the approach you take, as opposed to making it 0 cost. I do think 0 cost holdover is significantly stronger if you can swing it, but it requires something that saves Tethys immediately if you need to play her on top floor. Anyway, certainly if you don't need top floor setup, then whatever. To hell with Frenzied Swarm or Tethys in general, you can just keep her alive behind your tank, but we'll see. The start is okay. I don't feel particularly strong because I have no pings, and I don't feel like this does anything. Especially if it's a conduit start, it's going to be really low damage here. So anyway, let's start with the Horde, see what we get. Concussive Coals and Refracting Lens. I basically never take Concussive Coals here. It's bad, and I could see a shark, which would not jive well with that. And Refracting Lens is just 10 HP in every combat right now, which helps a lot right now. So we click that. And let's see what forge we get. Alright, we see Handheld Totem and Conduit. This is an interesting line. I think Conduit is correct, but it makes us very weak right now. Handheld Totem at least says Sweep, which has some value. I don't think I ever click it here because it's so problematic into the late game and it punishes you. The sweep when you only have 9 life is bad. And you might not see the Conduit later when you really need it. But yeah, it is what it is. I think we're going to have to pick Conduit here. Sometimes, you know, side tangent, sometimes I feel like Conduit is a bit of a bait. It's so weak early game in almost any deck state. Right here, looking at my deck, I'm extremely weak. So weak right now. It's pretty crazy. Now, I could see Clergy Combat here, in which case I do have Frozen Lances, which can solve that problem. The 10 shards is not a big deal. That said, it's very unlikely I get strong enough by Ring 2 with the Stygian Banner and Merchant of Steel to pick up this Horde, so we're going to skip over this almost certainly. And it's also worth noting we have no Temple before Talos, so we're going to be unable to power up a lot, which is a bit unfortunate. Our Temples are 4, 5, 6, and 8. So they're a little mid-game and backloaded, just fine. We're going to need to play it cool, though. I think money here is very valuable, and if I see Clergy Combat, I'm okay with it because the Frozen Lances will help, and I have cards that go away, plus draw power cards that replace themselves. Yeah, I think that will be fine. So I'll take this money. Yes, let's move on now. We're weak. Yeah, Clergy Combat. Okay, so I should be respectful of Clergy Combat, I think. The real question is, let's say I take this trial. There are a lot of enemies to hit. If Tethys swings into any 2 of them, she kills herself. This is a bad trial. I have to skip this. And I have to hope that money spawns top here. Right, 250 walking into this shop is going to be an important threshold. I think taking this trial is suicide. 100%. There's too many enemies, and all it takes is Tethys swinging twice, and we just straight up lose. So, we keep this off. We are very weak. Yeah, it's a very do-nothing hand here, right? And Umbra Morsel is a good pickup from that Shade Splitter. I will take the Space Prism up top. I will draw. I'll take another Space Prism, or rather Shade Splitter. Some good stats on her at least. That's good. Please be top. Great news. Let's draw first. Frenzied Swarm. Shame. Hate to see it. I will play the Morsel. And then put 2 Train Stewards down. This is good. We're guaranteed to kill 3 next turn. This would look a lot worse with the spikes, by the way, so I'm glad I didn't do that. Okay, first, Frozen Lance the big clergyman in front away. It's convenient that he spawned there. I will play 1 Frozen Lance up top because it prevents damage. 1 in middle, and then Train Steward kills 1. Yeah, okay. It's fine. Alright, Space Prism for sure. I will take at least 1 Shade Splitter, because at the worst, I play both Frozen Lances on bottom here, and the 1 Shade Splitter's enough. That's excellent. Put that in front. But we should be able to take this no problem now. Yeah. We're ahead on HP. Yeah, fun. Frozen Lance. Shade Splitter. Take the 1/1. This 1 days is 5. That's weird. The 1 days is only worth 5, so the 6 from Frozen Lance is technically better. We should be fine. We do enough damage here. Yeah, we'll get through it. It won't be death. Let's see. Draw a card, please. Okay. Take a Shade Splitter for sure. It has Trample. We play these, certain. I don't think this helps with thresholds, but face tanking with it is worse because of the trample here. So we just put it in back and it adds 1 damage somewhere. Yeah, fine. We take 2 hits, sadly. No problem. I gained 10, I spent 10. I'm fine with that. Thank you, Refracting Lens. Very cool. I hate seeing uncommons in my common pack, especially with Tethys, because you're relying on the common damage spells to really carry Conduit's value in the early game. Now, fortunately, we do see Ice Tornado. I will click it. I think we need some spell that does something. It's my least favorite of the 4 you can get here. I think in order, I prefer Crypt Builder as the number 1, Helical Crystallis number 2, Titan's Gratitude number 3, and Ice Tornado number 4. I realize it's a big spell, has good value, but the problem is it's very bad late game. You hate to have it. And you may say, why? But have you ever had a run where you played this on a Divinity wave and it triple hits Divinity and you just go, well, to hell with this run, right? That is the worst feeling, and it happens more often than you'd like, so we have to click it though, so. These are not great. Perils, Immortal Trade, Mind Collapse. I love Mind Collapse here as a ping. My main problem is that Perils of Production is one of the strongest ways that you can get out of a nightmare scenario where maybe I miss the sirens and I have to do something weird with Umbra or a sweeper. It makes the most awful drafts from these banners slightly better, especially if I see a holdover at some point. So it's a very good pick here. It's not an obvious pick, I don't think. It's essentially hedging my bets. It means I can take a sweeper, maybe, and not lose the game. Immortal Trade is excellent. Just truly one of the best cards in Clan, but again, it's a little do nothing. I lie, right? This can solo Relentless Combats. If you play it enough times, you get it with something that has enough HP. It's really strong here, but I don't think it hedges our bets. And that's the main concern. You've got Ping, Mind Collapse, which I think is the obvious pick, because we need this. We need something that does damage to a backline unit consistently. So Mind Collapse is excellent. Immortal Trade, very good relentless survivability, especially early game. May save our lives later. I almost always regret not taking it when I skip it. Almost always. And then you've got the potential savior high roll Perils of Production, which in a clan combo with Tethys that's potentially doomed, I almost always click this because you never know when this bails you out of a bad scenario. And it's pretty low cost here. I can just play it on a morsel at worst. It's fine. I'm going to take Perils, for sure. Okay, 250 gold feels good. Hopefully I see something that doesn't completely suck here. Endless 25 and 10, already not looking good. We see a siren. I click the siren. Thank you. Very good. I'm going to reroll the shop. Never know what I want to get. Quick. Would I take quick? No. No. There was a Silophyte here, right? Quick Silophyte. It's not bad, but I don't have a good scaling plan right now. We just chill on this for the time being, unfortunately. I think taking this relic is potentially doomed. 25 means we get an upgraded Forged Disciple. That's a problem. I didn't even see an incant armor 2 here, which would have been the other pick for me. I had 2 good hits on that reroll. Okay, we skip this. I'm going to chill at 10. That way only clergymen can be upgraded. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We'll go to the steel shop again because there's a lot of things I could see from this banner that are great. It's a real tragedy I didn't hit a shark with the Endless here, but it's fine. It is fine. Yeah, alright, we move on. It could have had Founding Seal. I would never know. Armor 10 for a unit draft. I pretty much always have to take this, don't I? And just accept whatever damage comes from it. Yeah, I don't think we lose thanks to the Siren and chump blockers. Yeah. If I didn't have a Siren, I might have to skip this, but fortunately that is not the case. What matters more? The Ember Drain or the Incant? Truly, with this deck and at this stage of the game, being able to play 3 cards next turn matters a lot. So we'll take the Shade Splitter first, and then play the Siren. Take the Incants now. That's a good lifesteal. Anything that gives big stats, it's good. I like that. Okay. Ooh, that's a great lifesteal because it saves our lives. I can and probably should. Oh no. We save the Ice Tornado for next round for sure. I have 4 Ember, right? Yes. So here's what we do. The correct play with 4 Ember is you free Frozen Lance here for the Incant. Yep. We go downstairs and we send Ice Tornado. There are 3 exceptional hits, either the Clergyman, the Discipled Foot Soldier, or the Infiltrator. And then I go upstairs and I drop Frenzied Swarm, which gives me the money. And it doesn't change much here, but it is an Incant. I'm going to take damage, and it's fine. That is an excellent hit. And then we go up here and Frenzied Swarm. This dazes the Collector, which is an important one, because now it comes to the front. And we get it. Excellent. I can play a Train Steward into the fray now. I will take 1 Frozen Lance here, 1 here. Okay, we should be fine. That Frozen Lance will get that. Excellent. Take the Incant here, kill this for sure. Send the Train Steward. It's a pretty good stat line. What, that 37, 39? Pretty strong. Yeah, we should be able to get through this. Especially if I chump block with a Train Steward. Yeah, and then I Frenzied Swarm this up. Cool. Excellent. Good. We're ahead 7. Thanks to Refracting Lens. Very good. Crystallis. That's the card I'm looking for. A spell that does damage. Good number. Yeah, alright, get in here. I do get another shot at this Immortal trait, which is good. Antumbra Assault, that's also good. It's one of my least favorite pings because 3 damage is annoying. If this were 5 damage, I would like it a lot more. The problem with 3 is that you don't even, with a +10 in piercing, you don't clip the 15 health enemies on the Divinity. And there are a few. So it's really like Shade Wings is a good example of a 15 HP enemy. So being unable to do that with your 10 in piercing ping is really tragic. Having to drop another 25 gold into it is rough. Now, Prismal Dust is probably the take though. It's really good into Arcus, and it's really good on the Divinity for protecting Tethys if I have to go that route. Immortal Trade does not solve Tethys imploding. She dies in 1 hit. No pings is a little scary though. It's really scary actually. Do I have to take Antumbra Assault? I don't think so. It would be nice to have a few morsels in the early game that are guaranteed uncommons, but I think it has to be Prismal Dust here. It's also a zero-cost incant, technically. Interesting. So this is an interesting situation because you're presented with the question of Siren of the Sea Essence or Morsel Maker Essence. And it's interesting because the question really comes down to two things. One, do I incant 6 times a turn consistently? In the end game is when it really matters. In the end game. If the answer is yes, then Siren of the Sea is almost definitely better because you have Pounding Seal hits. It also means that you could potentially get more if you do an exceptional job. And as soon as you hit 7/7, that's just really good. The other factor that's worth noting, though, is that there are some turns where you incant fewer times because you're playing your units. But there's also one turn where Morsel Maker never procs, and that is the final turn of Relentless, where you just go toe-to-toe with the enemies, so Resolve will never trigger. So technically, it's kind of a wash. I think Morsel Maker is a stronger unit to just have chill on the floor with us. It's a really good self-infuse if I go that route, though. I think I should take the Siren here for a few reasons. First of all, I have offering tokens, which are very good cantrip-style incants, which should be able to put me over that point. I have double spell starter, which will also help. So I'm always going to be drawing some kind of a spell that costs 1. I have Space Prisms, which mean morsels are useful, and I can get the incants off of the Space Prisms themselves. Right. Yes, I think it is the Siren Self-Infuse. Yeah, we'll do that. And this is nice. This makes the early game pretty comfortable because 2 of these things should be able to cruise. I'd like a spell upgrade here. If I see Holdover, Frenzied Swarm is exceptional, but I really think I should look for the shops. Because with 2 steel shops, I'm not seeing another one for a while. Ring 5. Get the magic shop here. And then magic shop on ring 7, depending on what we need. I mean, we have some flexibility, interestingly. The Stygian banner, I have a line, but it could show me Shark. I suppose it could show me a high roll, like an Eel Gorgon or something, or a monument or whatever. The magic shop, I need to think about this first. This is actually a really pivotal decision point. The HP is whatever. I'm going to have 15 HP a turn or combat from the consumes, so whatever. The Merchant of Steel could show me only multi-strike or incant armor 2 for value. There are very few things I would take from this banner. Titan Sentry, a rare unit. Yeah, that's actually it. So Titan Sentry or a rare unit would be the only picks here. If there's Siliphyte, another Siren, the other Armor Shark. So 5 out of 6 uncommons essentially are dead here. So it's pretty much a wash. So we have Incant Armor 2 multi-strike, and we have Holdover. Holdover is exceptional. Technically, I would take some plus 20s and consumes, I suppose. Would I freeze? No, not really. Minus 1s are okay, make some 0-cost incants. It's tough. Because I don't see a steel shop for a while. Ring 5? Huh. The interesting thing is, if I go to the steel shop and I find multi-strike incant armor 2, so the dream roll, then I can self-infuse on ring 4, and I can dupe on ring 5, and get a good removal. This is a really good dupe for that. And I can't do that if I don't see anything in the steel shop. Now, the steel shop could also just be dead. There are tons of rolls that are just dead. I do have two 1 and 4s, or technically a 1 and 4 and a 1 and 3 of seeing what I want. But that's not ideal. There's technically something useful from this Stygian banner, I suppose. Whereas, what if they show me double stack and freeze and remove consume? None of those are good here at all. I think I need to go right. It's interesting because essentially only holdover is value, and the -1s, which are consistent, but it doesn't super matter when I have conduit into these frozen lances. And what am I going to do? Put a -1 into a shade splitter? That's pointless. Those are prime removal targets. It's not like I need diligent. I'm going to go right, lock it in. Okay. And we just hope for the best. Show me something good. Yo, the dream! Okay, we have done it. This is... I want to take a moment to reflect on this decision. We hit hard here, but as a player, I can see really good arguments both directions. With Conduit Tethys in particular, so while I'm talking, let me at least do something productive here. Conduit Tethys in particular is extremely rewarding of magic shop upgrades. So the ability to upgrade your spells is super important with her, especially for an incant line. Especially for an incant line. Wow, and they show me Titan Sentry, one of the only unit I would have taken here that was uncommon. And so I'll take him. That's excellent. And I'm going to re-roll this shop now and see if I see Endless. It's like a plus 25 here. That's excellent. Cool. I can take money, by the way. It will be helpful later if I have to skip trials. Oh, I can actually do this dupe next floor, right? I infuse Siren into Siren and then immediately dupe it. Oh, that's excellent. Okay. So it's a very tough decision. I might have very reasonably gone left because -1s into some random spells. The holdover is an incredible value either for survivability or for just power. Perils of Production here is excellent with that. But I almost made that decision. But this side just had everything we needed, which is exceptional. I basically don't need steel shops. Seeing an Endless for the shark would be pretty nice, but it's fine. Okay, we are shown Penance Yard. I don't love Penance Yard because it doesn't really do anything for me. I don't want to take Penitent Remains here. I can't afford to bog down my draws with non-spells. Weathered Coldstones is kind of cute, but I already have Refracting Lens for survivability. I don't need more. I think Ember Stasis is essentially a free pick. I burn these out in the next couple combats. They do a lot of value for me initially, and then this provides value if in Divinity I get, Chains or something. Chains or High Priest, essentially. So 1 and 2, and then 1 and 3 chance that I see a Blight that allows me to take advantage of it. I think you should, in this position, I think you should always click Ember Stasis here. It's just worth it, and you'll always get these out in time. At this stage of the game, I never feel bad just blasting an enemy for 120 and 3 Ember, so yeah. We'll take it. Cool, and I take this money because it will benefit me later. Will it? I don't really need the steel shop anymore. So we just chill on 10 shards? Okay, actually, that's totally fine. There's no shops coming up that matter. The next shop I care about is Ring 6. That's pretty crazy. I might actually still go to this one here simply for Endless possibility because I can do the infuse and dupe of Siren on Ring 4 and power up immensely. So we skip this since that's 25 and then 15 for 40 shards, which takes me to exactly 50, which is a little scary, but will be a lot of power. So yeah, cool. Great news. So yeah, I think our decision pays off. And unfortunately, when I look at the challenge, I won't be able to know which direction they went, But I think if they went left here, that may be a critical failure. Not through any fault of their own either. That might just be you made a good justification and just whiffed on the only good steal shot in this run. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I can't save Ember because I drew both my Sirens here. And I will put the one with armor in front, even though it's also the better DPS one. So fine. Take the incant, and then sadly, we send this to Oblivion. Get it, bud. That's a very interesting setup for me. I'm really pleased that we reasoned through it in a good way, but I also totally appreciate that it can be a very difficult decision to make. So it paid out big for us, though. Oh, buddy. Yeah, perfect turn for Calcified Ember, by the way. Just plug 120 into the boss here. And we still get all of our incants anyway. So that's cool. Thank you, Shark. I may reasonably self-infuse it eventually. It's tough. Maybe I should have played at bottom, but I knew it was haste, but it doesn't really matter to me. We hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 4 times on the floor. So, I don't know. I should probably ping off one of these, though. Yeah, it'll be worth it. I'm being a little disrespectful of... Well, actually, you blow this thing up. Yeah, great news. And then that's one fewer enemies to deal with. Yeah, cool. It's fine. Yeah, this is super easy. Incant, good. Kill enemy, good. Play the train steward, good. Yeah, great news. We're very fine here. I'll just play the last Calcified Ember here. Great news. And then play a 0-cost incant. It's fine. Cool. We're very strong right now. Take the HP. Yeah. I will not play Frenzied Swarm. Yeah, it does not matter. She's taking 100 here. Just play your cards. Yeah, she has no chance. It is the over. Yeah, she's very dead, as it were. Yeah, turns out we take 1 damage here in order to kill Talos. Great job. And we're going to power up immensely here. Excellent. Interesting. Furnace Tap is good. This is an interesting one, because if I'd gone, let's hypothetical this a bit. If I'd gone left here and seen Holdover, then Furnace Tap would be an exceptional take right now. Siren Song, though, is one of my favorite ways of keeping Tethys alive. I just slam an Intrinsic into this, and that's 3 turns where I can set up cleanly on top floor. And then, you know, Wretch is also here. It is a free incant, which is not bad, but it doesn't do anything. I'd rather take Siren Song. Yeah, we just take Siren Song here, which is interesting. I don't need these. Crucible Warden, Morsel Maker, Siren of the Sea. I already have everything set that I need. I'm going to increase in power significantly. You think about it, it's going to be... It's +2/+2 right now on this Siren. And +2/+2 here. It's going to be +3/+3, and then +3/+3 here with the multi-strike and that incant armor too. It's going to be very powerful, having hit those. Yeah, we have a line. I think we're good for it. Draw is going to be valuable. See more cards that Conduit makes free. I don't imagine wanting to go all in on Conduit here, having not seen an Ancient Synergy or something. Maybe 2 ranks in it. Ember's going to matter if I see Endless on Titan Sentry. I don't think I have to make that decision now, though. I think I can just take Draw here. And then that opens up 2 things. It opens up space if I need to play middle on Arcus. I could take that then. And it opens up energy if I end up with an intense plan that just requires it somehow. Or if I happen to roll into some good events along the way, it gives me double draw possibility, which is the best if possible. So we take draw here. It's fine. I might consider it a little differently if I had Shadow Arcus, but I don't, so I don't care. I go to the right. The dupe self-infused nonsense I talked about is too strong here to skip over. What's in this banner? Siren Guard, no thanks. Take 10 gold. I go in here. I engage the Pact. Bad Siren. Into good Siren. Yep. Cool. Double check I didn't throw. Good Siren. Cool. I go over here and I dupe her. Immediately. Very big power up. Interesting. Chillwind is... I don't know, not what I'm looking for here. When you think about it, I don't need her Chillwind powers for Relentless if I'm incanting /enough. It's +3/+3 per turn right now, which is pretty big. That is pretty big. I did manage to clear out all of the Ember Stasis Blights in that last combat too, which is really nice. I'm going to take Conduit too. I know I'm going to need it. It technically helps with Ember. And I should chill on upgrades here. There's nothing I really want. Again though, if I'd seen Holdover in that magic shop, I'd have a Furnace Tap here. I could Spell Chain the Perils of Production with that Holdover. That's really strong. Don't sleep on that. I think what we did is stronger because we just hit everything, the unit and the 2 upgrades I wanted, but still, it makes us very powerful right now. I don't really care about this, huh? Conduits? Huh. At worst, this represents, what, 6? The main concern here, actually, is that the conduits on floor 2, the mid-floor, overlap with us. But the first wave is real simple. I think this is a fine trial to take. There's a world where this betrays us, I think. It's not this world. Yeah, it's not this world, because I can Shark Bottom, and this deals with a majority of... Yeah. This deals with a vast majority of our stuff. This prevents the conduits from ever being a main concern. I will give up on the incant here in favor... 6 for 8, but I get a +3/+3. It's worth it. That's a worthwhile swing. Yeah, fine. Cool. Siren enters the fray. I get the daze here, which means I also get this collector nicely. Yeah, this Clipped Guardian upgrading is terrifying. So, in that case, I want to get the Siren in first for the incant value, because we have a really big Guardian coming up. So I'll take the -1 here. We do Frozen Lance, Shade Splitter. Yeah, we get the Ember back anyway. I can actually play the Train Steward, and then I daze up top and save myself 11. Cool. We even get that kill. Great news. This gives us some time. No upgraded conduits at this point. That's what you like to see. Take every incant they show us. Take the big HP. I'll send Ember down here. Sure. Alright, and do we kill this thing? Is the real question. Yeah. Wow, yeah, we're good. Excellent. I can tank with this to save a lot. I just play incants. I don't want to play Siren Song here, so I take the Space Prism. Great job. We're almost at full life, and we even kill this big fellow, which is excellent. Truly excellent. Let's see. I'm a little... Oh no, I'm not actually concerned about this bottom floor. We are very much ahead on incants right now. Yeah, interesting. I can just play everything because the shark is even still alive for the bottom floor. Cool. Yeah, sure. I'll take the extra HP. There's no way I lose from this position. Yeah, we even clipped the clipped conduit, so which is excellent news. Just take incants. Yeah, this is excellent. I will save the damage shield. Yes, because the damage shield represents 13 or even more value here, actually. I can just save everything. Never mind. It doesn't matter. I forgot about that. Cool. We just incant. Incant line. The scaling level is what you like to see. We're very fine here. Just remove those train stewards. We destroyed this boss, no problem. Do not play Siren Song or you're throwing. We will discard here. Great news. That's very powerful. Okay, so we have the good incant line. I will take Unnamed Tome 100%. Titan's Tooth is really good here too, by the way. Just FYI. Titan's Tooth is very nice for an extra little bit of helping of damage. Plus it benefits from Tethys. Plus it benefits from Offering Token. A lot of good stuff. But Unnamed Tome is just one of the best cards in the game right now. I have to click it. Shroud Spike? This is an interesting one. A one-off Shroud Spike is surprisingly potent. Surprisingly so. Interesting. The most important thing about this Shroud Spike is it makes Frozen good. What I like doing, and you'll see I do this in a lot of different runs, and one of the things I think helps a lot with my consistency in this game is finding ways to make multiple parts of a shop attractive to me. It's one of the reasons I really like Titan Sentry, because Titan Sentry is the only unit in this clan that favors a different set of upgrades than you give all the other units. So if I go to a steel shop and I only want multi-strike, it's pretty risky. I could just miss it very easily. But if I want multi-strike and endless and incant armor 2 and plus 25, or I could reasonably even take a large stone into Titan Sentry, suddenly we're talking about the fact that we have 3 good big hits, 2 good small hits, and you have an inevitability that you will find something that makes you stronger. It's one of the reasons I tend to build my decks this way, and Shroud Spike here does the same thing for a magic shop. Suddenly I no longer just need holdover, I will happily take a Frozen into this Shroud Spike, so that maybe I see a good morsel at some point, and I then Shroud Spike it for big value. There's a lot of cool things you could do. I will take this Shroud Spike. It might be dead, but even if I just play it on a dumb Ember morsel or something, it's really good. Removals are big value. I need to be tunnel visioning them, I think. What would I dupe if I went that way, though? Not much. The Self-Infuse would be nice on the Shark, but there's no telling I see the Endless from this position, and I want to see this Magic Shop on Ring 7 and this Magic Shop on Ring 6. Well, I mean, that Merchant of Trinkets, if I have 530 gold, is pretty tasty, too. Although the HP is a little dead. Then I go Removal Dupe, Magic Shop on Ring 8. So I have 2 really good Magic Shops coming up. So this may be the only opportunity I realistically see a good Endless hit. And the removals are nice. These are all, like, good. But the dupe is ambitious, I think. So I'll go to the right here, see if I hit the Endless. Another multi-strike. Kind of a blessed run. We'll reroll this, though. Endless. Alright, so we no longer need steel shops. This is a good seed from a shop perspective. Now, worth noting, because we're so close to full life, we look at the caverns first because it might charge us HP for something, and then we'll just click the Pyramanes after. Just a minor optimization. It is consumables. What would I take from this position? Hellhorned is... I mean, Alloy of the Ancients, sure. Rage Serum, no. I mean, Alloy of the Ancients is incredible. Imp in a Box, no. Stygian Guard is Crystalline Seeds, Urchin Spines. I wouldn't take either. Umbra is Prismal Dust, Space Prism, Packed Morsels. Not many great things here. I don't think I want another Space Prism. I already have 2. That's more than enough. I suppose I will look for Alloy of the Ancients. Imp in the box, no thanks. Okay, I get to look again. In which case, I will look at Umbra, Space Prism number 3. No, that's silly. I'll take 10 gold. Fine. That's the first time that has let me re-roll once in a very long time. And with that roll, we just take the Pyromeans. It's fine. Plus 30, huh? Upgrading a spell would be good. But I don't think so. I'm going to spend some money here to remove Train Stewards because they are very bad. And as long as I have just enough money to afford a relic after this combat, which I will, then I'll go to that Merchant of Trinkets. Yeah. It's also got removals, which is really good. We have a lot of life. Let's see, 50. With the Endless hit, where's my next Hellvent? Oh, it's on ring 8, which is where I wanted to go anyway. So I go to the Hellvent, I dupe Shark, and I infuse Shark, so that's 75. I'm pretty confident we can muster another 25 between 2 temples and some gold here, so I'm not worried about shards at this point. So I don't have to go over here. 50 into ring 5 is very comfortable, nothing too scary. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead. This is fine. Okay. Spikes. Spikes with Sycophants. Oh, it's fine. It's absolutely fine, because I have Endless Shark. Yeah, no problem. There's technically the world where I draw Endless Shark on turn 3, but it's also fine because the first wave is very easy, and that didn't happen anyway, so whatever. I will preserve the... whatchamacallit. I'll preserve the Ember Drain. Let's draw first. Okay. I'm just going to play Shroud Spike here. Sure, Tethys, get up. Yeah, 32, why not? Shark solos most of this combat, and it's fine. I want money. Money is good. I want Siren, and I incant a whole bunch. Just incant. Yeah, it's fine. Every incant is worth a lot. This clears all of those. Yeah, no problem. Siren down. Yeah, Siren down is fine. We take the token. Incant a whole bunch. Rubble Morsel's a good hit. Cool. We're going to be fine. Shark dies. No big deal. Replay Shark. Great news. Cast spells, no problem. Tank the hits. Great job. We have spikes, so it doesn't really matter what I do with this. I'm just going to play it, truly. Now, fortunately, I do have the Unnamed Tome for the boss turn, so the boss doesn't get the benefit of that Sycophant on that floor. I'm going to put this into the... I'll put it into the middle one, I think. Or actually, Tethys has earned this 1 damage shield, I think. Yeah, why not? Cool. If that ends up mattering... Network connection lost. That doesn't sound good. That does not sound good. Successfully reconnected to game servers. Okay, well, the nice thing is, at least I don't have to worry about our friend... the recording in this trying time. We play this Train Steward, and he eats a ton of damage, which is awesome. He can now take the perils of production too. Don't play Siren Song. Cool. We play Unnamed Tome on the bottom. Helps a lot. We just incant a whole bunch up top. I play the Train Steward, which tanks another big chunk. Cool. This is great because he kills himself on spikes even. Excellent. Cool. The elevator shark on this combat. Great news. Incant. That damage shield will matter. I'll take Ember, sure. We're doing okay on Ember. I don't necessarily know if I need Ember solution here. We're very chill on this combat. Just draw cards. Let's see what we get up to here. It's pretty good. Pretty solid. Not as good as I would have liked here. Yeah, not as good as I would have liked. I feel like we could get higher. Precious Plating is a really good hit. I already have 110 life. I'll take 150. Is Guardian Stone worth it? No. No, we already have our infusions. It's fine. There's a lot of stuff we could do. I could Intrinsic Space Prism for the mid-floor setup on Divinity. It's totally fine. I could take another Unnamed Tome. 2 of these, I mean, they are 0-cost incants. They're not bad. And I'm not really worried about hitting a certain card right now. It's a good 0-cost incant. Drain is a really good answer to how do I keep Tethys alive if I opt for top floor, though. Maybe I see a holdover and it goes in that. That is just better than Frenzied Swarm at keeping the Divinity alive, or rather keeping Tethys alive. The thing is Frenzied Swarm represents keeping the whole floor alive. I don't think I want Drain with Frenzied Swarm in my deck. They're both filling similar roles here. So I think it's either a second Unnamed Tome or nothing. Do I need a second one? What would I use it on? Truly, what do I use it on here? The second Harvest Wave, maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'll put it on Chains, actually. Or something. I mean, I don't mind the Chains because he gives me that Ember Stasis hit. I don't know. I'm going to skip this because I have a lot of stuff, and truly I should be removing cards, not taking low-impact stuff. It's fine. Ember Cache is a really good incant. It's 1 incant that gives me 4. Hell yeah. Yeah, Ember Cache. Excellent here. Cool. We have enough money. I'll go to the right. Maybe they show me something unbelievable. I will remove Train Stewards because they don't say incant, or they don't say spell on them. What do you got for me? Winged Technology is fun from a chump blocking perspective, but I don't think it's it. I don't care about morsels that much. Let's reroll. Cuddlebeard. Yeah. So you may not know this, but Titan Sentry self-infused with Cuddlebeard can essentially solo most waves of the Divinity. So this is extremely strong. Hell yeah, that's an excellent hit. Intrinsic. So, alright. How do I want to approach this? I could Intrinsic Siren Song. This lets me play comfortably top floor until I hit Prismal Dust or something else. Frenzied Swarm, maybe. That's really good. This is a very good use of 10 pack shards here. It lets me comfortably play top. I don't have to care about space. I don't have to intrinsic a Space Prism. It's actually objectively better than Space Prism because it gives me 1 extra turn of setup before enemies reach my floor, and it solves a problem. So it's just so good here. Yeah, great news. If I see Frozen, again, also good on this thing, by the way. Also good on that thing. This money, this HP does nothing. Cool. Yeah, cool. We're in a pretty comfy spot here. The Shark is going to be excellent. The incant line is very strong. I have the answers. This is maybe a case where the seed is not particularly challenging, but maybe the person just hasn't had a lot of experience with Tethys. But here I am, talking as if I've won, and the run is not even 2/3. It's not even 2/3 over. Yeah, let's get it going. 60, 85 here. I just need to take a 15 from something. These don't feel that great. I'm really just using Conduit as a spell cheapener. Yeah, alright, let's go to Arcus. It's fine. I don't have the strong spell line in this particular run, which is okay. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. And that's just cool. Alright, I will save the Ember on this turn. It's just fine by me. Sure. I only have one Ember anyway, it's fine. Ah, great. Incant Shard on this turn, huh? Dark goes middle. Siren enters the fray. I will play the Ember Cache at least. Sure, why not? Look at how much damage that shark does. Whew, buddy. Alright, we just play spells. I just need to incant. I don't even care, really, what my incants do. 0 cost. Sure, why not? I'll save the tome for when something's on the floor. Yeah, why not? We got our incant shard on this floor, which is pretty good. Glad about that. I can put this in front. I can Heralds of Production it. I can do this. I'm not even doing the math. We're doing 92 and 70 something. It's just fine. It doesn't matter. Here comes Shark. This is not a turn for my unnamed tome, so I don't care. Whatever. Thanks, Shark. Very cool. This should be the rally triggers. Yeah, fine. Oh man, this dude right here. He gets my tome off the floor. I don't want him farming my sentry for 10 armor. That's rough. That's a big yikes from me, bud. Sure. Draw a card. Why not? I'm so strong, I just play the incants anyway. I don't care. And I'll take the hit here because it doesn't matter. Cool. Some good hits into the boss, too. Yeah, wow, that one, too. Huh. Jeez. Yeah, check this. Check this. Shade Splitter. HP. And we just casually get... We're at 85 life here. Yeah, that's pretty strong, huh? That's pretty strong. I don't care if the rally trigger does anything here. I want to deal with this backline. Yeah. I think that is just cool by me. We'll draw cards. I won't play all of the Shade Splitters. I will play them in the back here. No problem. Yeah, that Shroud Spike immediately pays off. I just need to find a Frozen for it, and I think it'll be effective. We should do a really strong job here of handling the boss without too much concern. Again, I can't Siren Song here, but it's fine. The Siren Song is really just for Tethys on the Divinity, and if I remove enough cards, I can redraw it quickly enough. Let's see, I don't have 3 Ember, huh? Fine. Just play incants. Now this is more like what I was hoping my deck would look like. 139 by 2, feeling pretty good about that, and I can just stick Shark in front now, and it's excellent news. Yeah. We're in a pretty dominant position as far as incanting goes. Cool. Now this is a case where I would absolutely take a Chill Wind if they showed it to me here. Trample is pretty good, but I actually like Forever Consumed more. Trample's really good though, huh? Our numbers are not getting that impressive. Forever Consumed is a 0 cost incant that takes -1s really well. It converts -1s into 30 damage, which I like. I'm going to take Forever Consumed here. I think we have enough diversity with 4 hits on the floor with the Shark that's going to be self-infused. The Shark is going to be a powerhouse, by the way. Just an unbelievable force of nature here. So I'm going to take Forever Consumed, yeah. I think if I was lacking the Shark, I might take the Umbra Stone to maybe hit the backlines, but I think the Forever Consumed is just a much better take. And I think draw. I think it's draw. I will just remove random cards that don't help my line. The Perils of Production is probably bad here. Maybe I see holdovers on Siren Song, which cleans this up. Or even a Spell Chain on that Siren Song would be pretty good now. No, it wouldn't. I don't have enough Ember for that. I don't think I need Ember thanks to Conduit. Most of my spells will be free. Yeah, and I'm going to buy some -1s too. Merchant of Magic here. Yeah, so we take double draw. Cool. When you have double draw in your Conduit run, you're feeling clean. We go to the right. I get removals. Dark Forge. Show me something other. Handheld Totem is not the one I wanted. I realized I could have pivoted earlier to Chill Wind, but I think that was incorrect at the time. With that in mind, I think it is just better. Is this good enough? No. No, she kills herself on spikes, and it's a real problem. The Conduit 3 doesn't do much for me, though. It's just Ice Tornado. I'm never playing mid. It's always top here, thanks to Siren Song intrinsic. The Handheld Totem, I don't know, maybe this clips Seraph. It is 1 more HP. If I walk in at exactly 100 shards, then Tethys can get hit once by the Divinity. I'm gonna go the Handheld Totem pivot, actually. There's just not enough value on this Conduit 3. It's just Ice Tornado. And if I see an Ancient Synergy or Excavation Eruption or something here, I could just put a -1 in it in Ring 8. So we'll take Totem. It's fine. Alright, show me an Overflow. We'll look first. Oh. Railforger's Hammer. I can play middle if I want to anyway. It's kind of surprising they would show me that. I mean, I don't need this. This doesn't do anything. It just lets me play morsels. Sadly, I would love the Frozen Nostalgia, but it's a bad timing for it. I can't rely on the Space Prisms in time. I guess it's just Railforger's Hammer. Yeah, that's fair. So this is a case where, like, if I had Intrinsic Space Prism here, I would have 1 extra space, and I could take Frozen Nostalgia and still play top floor and be okay. That would be cool. But then I wouldn't have Intrinsic Siren Song, and I wouldn't want to play top floor. So this whole run looks different. We just take the 1 space, it's fine. And maybe it lets me play Shark up there or something earlier, I don't know. It does not matter. Hammer, why not? Fair enough. Thanks, bud. Removals are going to be tricky. I think it will be Shade Splitters because they are 1 cost. But let's look in here first. It depends a lot on what I see. Permafrost, huh? I'm definitely taking this money, right? Permafrost Shroud Spike is really fun for those Shade Splitter turns. That's what, 25 gold? I can't re-roll this though, huh? If I do that, I can't re-roll for holdover. How important is this Shroud Spike? I could just remove it, but it did something useful. That was pretty good, honestly. But I am removing most of the Shade Splitters here, probably. At least one of them, probably Perils of Production as well, actually. It's the most awkward card. I have to play it on weird floors. Maybe I don't have a morsel in hand. This is tough. -1s are pretty good, though. -1 into Forever Consumed is nice. It at least kills a Wiltwings or something. Like a -1 Ice Tornado, and it's not bad. 20 in Consume is... It's interesting, because I technically don't want to remove these Frozen Lances because they are 0 cost incants. It's very good. 20 and Consume the Ice Tornado. This is a difficult decision. They show me the Frozen, but it's the most expensive it can be, which creates problems if I re-roll this. I don't think I need this. The Shroud Spike is value if I can get it off, but I don't think it's necessary. So, okay. We saved that. Now I'll take the -1s then. One of these always goes into Frenzied Swarm, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, one of these always goes into Frenzied Swarm. I could freeze the Siren Song, but I don't care. I'm just going to play it on turn 1 on the Divinity, and it's an incant on turn 1 on every other combat. It doesn't do enough to kill a heavy. It's just days, really. So I'll take -1 into Frenzied Swarm. There's no way I do an intrinsic holdover on this or something. We already have that in Siren Song. Okay. I reroll this now. Remove Consume. Don't care. We take another -1 here into something useful. Probably Ice Tornado since I pivoted. Yeah, sure. Because we pivoted to Conduit to melee weakness. So the -1 here makes it free. Sure. I will take this money, I think. If I have a bad trial here, I'd like to be able to do something at this Merchant of Magic. And the only awkward thing is that it's not good from a shard perspective. I was just talking about 9 being a useful number if I dead draw on Tethys. My main concern more is if I can't answer... Well, I always answer the spikes, dude, though. Yeah, I always answer spikes because Titan Sentry self-infused with Cuddle Beard is too strong for the Harvest Wave, even if I miss Silence. True, so there won't be spikes. Going in at exactly 100 has a lot of value in this particular run, because let's say I Siren Song turn 1. Cool, 3 days. That gives me 3 turns. Now let's say I don't hit Holdover, or I don't remove enough cards, and I don't redraw fast enough to get more days. Then Tethys can take 1 hit from the Divinity. And that's only true at 100. It means I have to take the plus 15 shard on Divine Temple here, because I'm infusing for 25, so 85, and then I take the 15. So I don't take this money. I take removals here. It's tough. Could I remove Shroud Spike? No, it's always Perils of Production. It's one of the removals here. Yes. That's a lock-in. I think it is a Shade Splitter, actually. The Shroud Spike is not awful yet, I don't think. The -1s were more valuable to me than that Frozen was. Okay, we'll remove a Shade Splitter. It's fine. Going down to 28, okay. With 7 draw my whole deck and set in 4 turns. It's pretty solid. We chill on money. I don't need this +10 for anything, really. My spells are just incants. Yeah, cool. Let's move on. 60, 85, 15. Yeah, okay, we're fine. I just had to double check, make sure I'm not losing to something stupid. This is an excellent combat. We have a shark that demolishes the horde, and then we have a tome for armor. So this is absolutely free. The only thing that punishes me here is a turn 3 shark, which is possible. It's unlikely, but it's possible, and I can still get out of it, I think. I'll take the spikes, it's fine. We're going to lose Tethys on this. There's no way around it, basically. Unless they show me turn 1 shark. Oh, but they do. Thank you so kindly. Yeah, I can't save this. So we play top. Still no problem. Draw a card first. I'll discard the tome. I'll get it back in time. I don't want to play it here. I'll take the incant for sure. Thank you, shark. Very good. This is nice because I can Shark Biddle now. And it kills the Extinguished Friend. Very good. Just play incants, huh? Now I can play this Ice Tornado next turn. There's no reason to play it now. It's a free incant whenever I play it. Yeah, cool. Excellent news. So this is... I don't want to say it's free, but it's pretty good. I actually do get value out of the Shades... out of Shroud Spike here, too, which is kind of nice. Give me a Rubble Morsel? No Rubble Morsel, but it's okay. Yeah. Cool. I will actually just take this. It is something. It's a decent incant. Does something, at least. And I will play 0-cost incants here. Excellent news. We clear that. Cool. Shark's dead. Great news. Shark just keeps going middle now. We just play a whole bunch of everything. If it's a spell, we click it. Cool. Discard. Yeah, great. Excellent. Shark dying every turn is really good. These these Revel morsels are doing pretty decent work here. Very good. Good hits. Good hits. Good hits. Just take incant. Every card goes up top. No reason not to. Only things that aren't are Shark. Does that kill the backline? It doesn't. It's a little scary, huh? So we hold the Ice Tornado is what that means for me. Yeah, cool. Play Amber Cash at long last. Play all these out. Cool. I'll hold on to the Tornado because if I can hit the Light Wings, we're in good shape. See the Tome on the right turn. Run is free. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Please hit. I'll take it. It is good enough, friends. That's fine. Our second dude wins this cleanly. No problem. That is the only scary thing, right? If we have a bad reform turn for Shark, or not a reform turn, but you know what I mean. A bad turn where the Shark doesn't die on a convenient timing. Just incant a ton. These are looking pretty healthy here. They'll be fine with the assistance from Shark, I think. Shark's going to do a lot of work on this run, by the way, if there was any doubt. I want to see what the numbers get to, by the way. 270 damage forever consumed? Sure, why not? Cool. 179? It's okay. It's not as much as I'd like. There are much stronger runs, but that is at least 600 damage on the floor, which I think will get there. Glacial Seal. No. No. Titan's Tooth? It's pretty decent. I have the discards for it. I don't think I need this, but the problem is my deck is not doing a lot right now. It's truly not doing a lot. I'm going to take it because with 1/1 it becomes significantly better than a Frozen Lance. Since it does 5 damage, it benefits from Conduit, so I think that's great, actually. It's also worth noting, the main reason I like the sweep here is it helps clip backlines that maybe snuck by, and also it will stack melee spell weakness rather on the Divinity. So there might be cases where that's good. They show me the Umbra Stone again, and I still don't think I want it. Yeah, I don't want it. It's not a good spell to be casting, I don't think. It doesn't add enough. It's not bad, but it's not bad. Should I take this here? I don't have a better spell to take. It's either this or nothing. It's never Cave In. Good lord, no. Kind of interesting choices, I think. Does this actually do enough for me? If I remove more Shade Splitters, maybe I do get rid of the Shroud Spike. It's not very impressive unless I hit it on a good turn. It was a novel idea when I grabbed it. It did something. But the deck didn't really go that way. I didn't see an energy cheat. You know, if I had run into Hell's Banners or something, then the morsel line with that Shroud Spike might have been better. You know, this is such a good card, it's hard not to take it. I should take it. It just cleanly distributes my damage a little better. I go to the right now. Yes. Yeah, I have to. Do the things you have to do first, before I mess it up. I duplicate Shark. Yes. I go in here. Spell chain, fair enough. I self-infuse Shark. This thing, powerful. Whew, this is going to be good. Great news. 85. I have to play Spell Chain somewhere. Spell Chain Siren Song is not terrible, but we should look at what's in the shops first. Show me double incant or something? Rules of Containment is actually pretty interesting to me. Frostbite 4 doesn't wear off. It's not that good, not worth 215. Lightstone Casing? Good Spell Chain the Siren Song with a -1, huh? 1 for 6 days. Tethys never dies. Tethys never dying is big value, actually. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to buy the Lightstone casing. This is an easy one for me. We put Spell Chain into Siren Song. Okay, now this is too expensive normally, but a single -1 is worth a lot of value on this because it affects both the base card and the Spell Chained copy. So we do this, that gets us to exactly 100, and then I -1 this. And that's exceptional. There's also a really nice perk to this in that it applies Daze 6 when I redraw it, which with Daze 6 I might actually be able to kill enemies. That's 240 damage. So with Frostbite, really strong. I could also theoretically leave in Purge copies. Yeah, that's excellent news. Great job. Love that. Okay. I should reroll this in case there's Incant Pounding Seal. There's not. It's fine. Those all suck a lot. Those are really bad. Well, now let's look for Holdover, I think. This is what, 105, 165? Nah, I don't need the freeze here. We roll this. No Holdover on the run. No problem. Double stack Prismal Dust. I could double stack Frenzied Swarm. Daze 2. It's pretty strong, actually, right? What else am I putting my money into? Removals, maybe? I don't mind having random cards. I think I should remove Shroud Spike. It's a bit of a bait right now. It's pretty tough to play if I don't draw the Shade Splitter with it. And I'm going to be removing a Shade Splitter here for sure, right? It's not a bad card, Shade Splitter is. Probably Shade Splitter and Shroud Spike. It was fun, but the run didn't go that direction. The -1 here for sure goes into Titan's Tooth, so it's free. Excellent card. A removal. I can get 3 removals here and go to 27. And buy this +10 into probably Ice Tornado, so it sucks a little less. 30 is a good number. That's probably correct. Yeah. We've moved away from the Shroud Spike line, and as I remove Shade Splitters, I need to be careful because Shroud Spike gets progressively harder to play. Everything else in my deck is free, essentially. But this cannot be played without a morsel. Yeah, goodbye Shroud Spike. It was fun. I used it on 1 combat. Whatever. Technically, it would have been better never to take it. That was a perspective take in case... Like, I mentioned this already, in case I saw something fun there. In case I saw Hell's Banners or something that cheats Ember a little more efficiently. It's gotta be a Shade Splitter removal here. Yeah, for sure. Cool, my entire deck is free except for Trample Stone, essentially. I'll take the +10 here. No reason not to. What would I put it into? Something that benefits from it. Yeah, Ice Tornado, why not? Have fun. Actually, Titan's Tooth's probably better. Yeah, 15... with 12 Frostbite means it clips 20 health backlines. Pretty good. Yeah, I like that. Play it on a random floor if Shark dies randomly. Yeah. Frostbite is a better solution anyway. Yeah, we'll do this. This is fine. I don't need anything else. I have no money that I can spend. We're 100 out of 100, which I've already told you is an important number. I realized Boon of the Blacksmith would have been good with Siren Song, but it didn't provide enough value here. 27 cards with 7 card draws, pretty solid. Most of these go away. Let's count our deck, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Nope, 14, 15, 16. 17 cards. 17 cards on redraw. Realize I could have gotten that double stack, but I decided the removal was more valuable there. So, it's fine. Simply because we have 7 days on a redraw. 1 here, and then 6 here. So 7 days on a redraw means we will stay ahead on days on the Divinity, so we're fine. Yeah, 100 out of 100. Yes, let's move on. I think we should clean house on Seraph here. I think our line is strong and we protect our friend Tethys very effectively. Yeah, I think so. It is Tethys, both sirens. Draw a card, just in case it's Shark. We kick the Prismal Dust. I play Shark where? I go bottom. Each hit is 4 hits. How many hits does it take? 3 hits on a floor and it kills the Shadewings? Yeah, we're fine to play in middle. That's great news. Cool. Incant. We leave in the Purge copy. Fun. This also helps to avoid sap overflow, I think. And just discard everything, huh? Yeah, gets this guy and dies. Excellent news. We just play everything here. Sure. I'll take it. I need to keep ahead of the sap, which will stack up because Shadewings are going to run down our dude pretty quickly. Shark to middle. He's going to die. It's fine. Cool. I can take... Probably in the back here is probably correct. I get the days, so I'm not worried too much. What's the worst thing to freeze or to silence here? It's just a Dark Wings, right? I mean, theoretically, we could get a large Dark Wings, which would be bad. But I don't want to redraw this. It's not bad to redraw it, is it? Nah, it's not bad to redraw it. It's fine. It's fine. Shark dies. We get Seraph up top again. The sap is going to stack. Fine. I could play Shark up top and just face tank this, which is kind of an interesting choice to make. Let's play cards first. I always play the Shade Splitter because I have 1 Ember and I'll tank with this hit. Sure, why not? I think Shark is better. I'll take this 15. I think it's fine. It's better to kill these units cleanly, I think. It's unfortunate the sap is stacking up because of the way this works, but it's gonna have to be okay. Shark... middle? This is pretty good because Shark actually lives this round, finally. I think we just play all our spells, right? I think so. We're doing what, 91, 80? Ugh, the sap is hurting here. Quite a bit, in fact. I think this is fine. I want to do the Siren Song lift, however. Yeah. He dies because of the Frostbite. I need to incant a lot here, so we're going to play everything. We're going to play everything for big incant power. That's 40 Frostbite. We get some sap on middle at long last. It's enough to kill these backlines, and this should be a good turn. Yeah. This should be a good turn for me. Oh, interesting. The Siren Song is 3 days. It's actually not... Well, it is enough, actually, right? He's taking 52 by 3, so that's 155. If I plug in... This is 56. No, he doesn't die. Well, he does if I play the Forever Consumed, but ordering makes that annoying. I lose an incant either way, so we just kick the Siren Song here and it's fine. We do a lot of damage here. And I face tank this. I play this for 60 and we're fine, I think. Am I concerned about this next floor? We're doing what? 160, 160, 320? It's not enough. I should actually put this into this fellow, huh? Should I? What am I drawing into? Probably enough answers. Probably enough answers, truly. I think it's fine. I need to be incanting aggressively. Freezing this is not a bad idea, but I have 180 pyre health. If I leak this guy for a little bit, it's not the end of the world. I'll hold on to it. I can chill on this. It's a free incant whenever I want it. Yeah. Alright, one more sap. Tough. Yeah, I knew I would be looking a little grim on that turn. Let's see, we do a lot of work here, though. No upgraded Darkwing so far. I'm a little concerned we might get him on the boss turns. It's a good turn to get 6 days into Seraph here. And if I play Shark Bottom, it dies to the Shade Wings on round 1, which gives us maybe 3 rounds of free days onto Seraph here. It's pretty good. Now the question then becomes, can I deal with this wave? Probably. I do have an upcoming Titan's Tooth. I have another Ice Tornado, Siren Song. I have answers. These Excavated Embers replace themselves. Yeah, so we're going to play Shark Bottom here. Kind of odd, but I think it's okay. It's a good hand. It's a good hand. I can kick the Unnamed Tome here. I'm just going to play everything on this floor. And these are stronger cards to play. Ah, yes. Titan's Tooth shows its face, which means I play it on this floor, actually. Very important. Cool. Now, is 6 days enough to kill everything here? Yeah, it is. Yes. It's gonna look bad. I take 20 to do this, and now I take 0. And that is 3 days I wouldn't have had before. And all of that round goes into Seraph, which is value. Now, Relentless spawns. He gets killed very quickly here. Only 1 round passes? Yeah, fine, cool. Yeah, no upgraded Darkwings. Pretty blessed. Let me just kill this front dude, I think. There's no reason to raise it. It only does 120. I guess it does kill it, actually, right, huh? Yeah, math. 12 Frostbite does enough because it never wears off. Then I take this... I can just kill. Ooh, killing the front line on Seraph is big value. Yeah, I'll do that. Fine. Cool. Fine. And then he'll burn out this turn. So here's what we do. We play Shark up top now. I take the Shade Splitter first. Face tank with it. Shark goes in. We just do Humongo value. Should I... 12 Frostbite into Seraph. He's going to have a lot. In exchange for 2. We have 100. We have a lot of armor. We're fine. I'm going to take this offering token into Titan's Tooth here. It kicks the spell weakness, but it's fine. I will take the incant, and then I'll just get a free round next turn. Sure. We should be very strong here. I don't think there's a world we lose this. Yeah, we cruise. Our numbers are acceptable. They're not the end of the world, or really good, but truly this Cuddlebeard Shark is doing a lot of work. Yeah, 134 Frostbite, very good. We have a lot of HP here. Yeah, we're fine on to Seraph. Okay. Okay, Seraph down. And now one more boss to go. The run, it's not too long. It's a pretty reasonable length. Incant lines are pretty straightforward at least. Show me Shark, please. Blessed. Truly blessed. Okay, we do Titan Sentry on the bottom. Great news. Tethys goes and dies up top. Oh no, I could have saved the Ember. I'm bad at the video game. Draw first? Okay, doesn't matter. Titan's Tooth out, sure. Do Siren Song. Siren Song. Do this. Take the Shade Splitter. HP into Tethys. Hell yeah. I could be one Ember higher if I were smart, but I'm not. It is truly a shame. I'll have to live by playing my 2 Sirens. Just incant starter here. These guys almost died of Frostbite. This is, even on 11 HP, that is enough to kill both backlines on this scary wave. That's great news. 5 rounds until Tethys dies. Alright, here we're doing this. We do Unnamed Tome on bottom, 100%. Titan Sentry wipes this floor, basically. Yeah, cool. I don't get the trample here. It's fine. It's fine. Sure. He does die, but it's excellent. The harvest doesn't matter. I want to put Frostbite into the mini-bosses here. Well, we're taking some damage, I suppose, but it's okay. I don't mind. I don't really mind. It's interesting because I can kill it. Or I can actually kill the front dude. But I think I need to take more incants. I'm going to get more value out of it. Yeah, let's take incants here. It's fine. Play everything for 0. I should probably wait on the Prismal Dust. It will be valuable for Tethys here. Yeah, fine. These incants are valuable enough. I'm fine leaking this dude. I have enough consume spells in this deck that I will heal back thanks to Refracting Lens. I've been at 180 health for who knows how long. Oh no, I took 14. Great job. We clear this terrifying wave. Ooh, but this is excellent because they took enough damage that I can freely Siren Song this and keep the days going. Ooh, that's value. That is value. I take this offering right now. Big value here. I'll take the Ember Cache for sure. I would like to kill this front unit, please. It's really important that it die now so I can spend all of my damage into the mini-boss, who I will incant into right now. Yeah, fine. 300 into the Divinity, feels good. 8 days also feels good. Shark on bottom. Again, this is the multi-strike wave. Damage is valuable. Right. Now, I don't really worry about Tethys. This is the floor of particular concern. Every incant matters. 40 Frostbite, 30 Frostbite. It'll be fine. I'll take a bunch here, but I will not die. Fine. 135. I've got the HP for it, so... Okay, we're close on this floor, too. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to play this out without playing Titan Sentry yet, because I may need to put them top. I'm not worried about High Priest. High Priest, he's a loser, and if he gives me a Vengeful Shard, great news. I took Ember Stasis for this, so whatever. Alright, Excavated Ember. Thank you, Refracting Lens. Oh... 30 Frostbite. I can put this whole round into... Ooh, this is good, actually. Yeah, I don't need Shark on this floor, huh? 42... Take the ice. Hold up. If I put... Oh no, don't do that. I can do Siren Song here. Yeah. I might take nothing. Yeah, math works out in my favor. Excellent news. This is a free win now. Because 13 days is enough. I can now play Shark on bottom, which helps a lot. I can play a free morsel. Excellent. This floor essentially burns out. Just keep incanting. Take another days. Excellent news. Thank you, Shark plus Siren Song. Very cool. That'll be enough to clear the back line here. Sure thing. Thank you, Shark. Another excellent run. Let's do this. Come close to killing him, huh? That does kill him. That's good. I'll take that, because it's another hit into that. Great job. The morsel's actually pretty valuable, huh? Yeah, morsel's fine. Morsel takes 23 for me, it's fine. I'm cool with that. Great job. Shark dies here. This means Shark replays for the Absolver combat. And with the Cuddlebeard and everything else, we're very powerful there. Ooh, I don't know if I can play Siren Song into him. Maybe. 12 days is probably enough, right? Think about this for a moment. 52 Frostbite. If I put 6 into him, oh, he's super dead. He's taking 180, 120 from the Pyre, 150 from this. I'd have to do both into him. But that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. He only does 18. I could stop it. Or I can just take more days here. Nah, it's fine. I'll do this. This is acceptable, I think. That puts this whole round into the Divinity, which is excellent. No curses. This is a very clean in-can run. We have done it. Also, thank you, Vengeful Shard, for existing. I took Ember Stasis, had Act in Ring 3 for this right here. Haha! We've done it! Sure, man, sure. Great job. We've done it. Cool. Shark did excellent work. The entire floor, almost the entire train dies here. Great news. The enemy doesn't even swing into us. We very cleanly win. Excellent news. Cool. And that's how you win this run. Good times. Good times. Take 30. That's fine. That's just the Inquisitor punching us in the head. Or what's his name? That's the last priest, last Inquisitor or something of the disciples. I don't even know their names, really, unless they terrify me. He's just big man hit with hammer. That's all he is to me. Cool. Pretty clean run. I don't have too much to worry about here. I am going to talk about what was going on in the challenge, just because this is a good example of Tethys is a hard champion to play. And I don't think there was anything particularly crazy or spooky. Oh, I said spooky. Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't think there's anything particularly problematic about this run. I think you had the line. The only time you lose this is if you're just not sure how to pilot Tethys correctly. So let's go look at the challenge and see what recommendations we can have for this person. Cool. All right, let's look at our friend, Train Steward 4837. All right, what you got? Okay, so we have Conduit 3. We have Multi-Strike Siren with a Morsel Maker infusion. Did end up taking the Perils of Production line. Okay. True. True enough. Ended up seeing a holdover. That must have been at one of the other magic shops that we skipped along the way. Okay, fair enough. Space Prism starting with them. Some upgrades here. Fine. Frozen Lances. Yeah, Furnace Tap. Crystallis. Yeah, sure. Polyclaw for some survivability there. Okay, fair enough. Umbra Stone, Tornado. Yeah, all right, fair enough. So I kind of see what happened here. And I'm almost certain that this is what happened. Basically, they saw the perils and they said, okay, this is my line to win. There's two problems here. First, you should have had another Siren. 100%. Like, this is the most important thing about Tethys with Conduit. Conduit Tethys is trash at doing damage. And when I say trash, I mean really bad. Truly, really bad. And that's a problem. The other thing, you didn't take Shark, which I think Titan Sentry is a big omission from this run. You don't address backline at all? Yeah, you don't have anything for that whatsoever. You could have gotten away with it, I think, if you had done a holdover into Frenzied Swarm, but I think the Ember Drain is a fair take. We even talked about it. So this is an interesting one. With only one Siren and this much incant, the Self-Infuse is always better. We were getting enough spells that it was better than Morsel Maker. And that's just true. This also means that If we had seen Founding Seal, it would have gotten really silly. Obviously, we didn't, but it's fine. You want to open yourself up to that in those cases. Plus, we didn't even have to dupe the Siren to do the self-infuse. It was freely available to us. We just had a Siren chillin'. I think it was from Daedalus is when we picked the second one up, or Talos rather. So I think that is totally easy. That would have been a very obvious. The only way you take the Morsel Maker is, I think this means you had to go left on ring 2, right? Ring 3. Yeah, you had to go left on ring 3 in order to see this Umbra banner, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe you got it from Talos. Not sure. Hard to know. I wish I could see pathing here, like left or right. That would be really useful for this kind of feedback, but... So the first thing first, I think Refracting Lens was a significantly stronger relic. You would not have had to take Weathered Coldstones. Weathered Coldstones? That's a desperation play. You're an incant run. You can't afford to be playing non-spell cards. Truly, your entire deck needs to say spell. Having 3 of these in here, that's tough. You can't do that. I think that is a mistake. This is actually an interesting case where I think this event with Weathered Coldstones would be significantly better if it just gave you 1 Vengeful Shard. 1 Vengeful Shard, I think I might trade more often for that relic, for the Pyre Health. Whereas 3 is too many. This bogs you down. You don't have the Ember for this. You can't be doing this with draw here. You have to take Ember in response to this, and it doesn't provide enough value. Not even close. It's comparable to Dante's investment, except you neither get Dante's cloak nor do you get Dante himself. So pretty tough. So that's one. You should have taken different relics early on. I think that helps your run substantially. The other thing, I think you definitely needed a second Siren. 100%. Lock that in. I also think, generally speaking, especially if you don't have a guaranteed tanking plan, the Incant Armor 2 is stronger than the second multi-strike. I think I'm going to say that for a fact because I walked into this ring and I said, I don't know how I'm going to be keeping my floor alive. And it's much better to spend 25 gold and just solve that because I'm going to be incanting anyway than to have to deal with low HP. This floor gets overrun on the Divinity very quickly. You do not have the remote survivability for this at all. No chance. You get run down on the Divinity if you somehow beat Seraph here. I think Furnace Tap, it's a fair take. We talked about this too. If I had seen the Holdover Perils, I would be Furnace Tap, and I would take some stuff. Maybe that looks like a good line. It even has Remove Consume. We talked about this, and I think it's actually very interesting that you went this line because I think there may have been a line that gets there using this, but it's less secure. So you need a second Siren for sure. That cleans up your floor a lot. Makes you do a lot more damage, gives you a lot more survivability on the floor. Great job. Also means this Frozen Nostalgia. I appreciate you took this. We talked about this too. I think you should have had another Siren, and then you would not have been able to do this, and it would have been the same. Also, don't sleep on Siren Song. I think a lot of people do. They look at it and they go, well, that doesn't kill a Divinity Wave, and they lose out on the immense value from, what did I end up having? 6 days on a redraw. Just unbelievable strength. We didn't even get attacked by the Divinity and Relentless. Just so strong. And Seraph never stood a chance either. He had 2 days, and it still didn't matter, so yeah, I think the Ember Drain line could maybe have worked, but I don't think we got there. I also appreciate the value of this, right? Although, this would have been much better if you'd put the plus 30 from Ice Tornado into Crystallis instead, but one thing I usually preach with Conduit Tethys is to take a very big spell that you see early, make big spell strong. This is something like plus 30 holdover Crypt Builder, and you just dupe that 3 times and cast that every turn. And that is a really powerful line. Really powerful. That works good. But you need, if you're going to do this, it needs to be a really strong spell. Crystallis, it's okay. Ice Tornado would have been better for it, but Ice Tornado's unreliable, which makes me not like it a lot. I don't like playing plus 30 holdover Ice Tornado duped 3 times because you just clock the Divinity half of your hits and you get no value out of your big spell, so you're not getting that payoff. So this could work. I didn't go this way here. I actually had really weak spells, but that's because I had a very comfortable Siren of the Sea incant line, and I had the Shark. The Shark did a ton of work, so I think you could have cleaned this up. I also think you had way too many spells in the end. You have 2 Train Stewards still. 1, 2, 3, 4, all 5 Frozen Lance, all 5 Shade Splitters. You just didn't remove cards. How many cards is in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yikes. 15, 16, 17, 22, 24, 32. You have 32 cards in your deck. That's a lot of cards. That is a lot of cards. Oh boy. And on redraw, you're seeing a ton of these too because you still just have so many. I think you need to remove more too, as well. There's almost no way this line beats Divinity, let alone Seraph, which is where you lost. So this is a case where I think you just need to practice more with Conduit, truly. And look at what we did on our run. Look at the decisions we made along the way and see kind of how they differ. And you can see how we derived strength and we trivialized it and used Conduit's strength to our advantage. And yeah, pretty good stuff, honestly. I think it worked out well. So that's as much as I'll say here. Let's go look at mine now. Cool. All right, so we have the winning line. First of all, it's a much slimmer deck, is I think important. Secondly, Refracting Lens, we talked about this, it's good. I think Ember Stasis is a never skip, in my opinion. There are cases where I skip this. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I skip this sometimes. Basically, I skip this only when it punishes me too much to take it. If I need to draw certain cards on time in order to avoid dying, then I skip this. Basically, if I have to hit like a tomb or something in the top first 3 turns before the enemies reach my waves is a great example of when I'd be like, okay, I can't be affording to draw 3 new cards in my deck. But early in the game, it's better than Crypt Builder, right? Think about it. It's 3 Ember for 120. It's great early game and mid game. It just kills a 105 mid game outright, which is exceptional. It blows away. It does 2/3 of an upgraded clipped Guardian or whatever that big 180 HP dude is. It's just really good at that point in the game. And it means that, hey, I got 120 free damage on the Divinity. There's almost no reason to turn this down. It's much better than the Vengeful Shard options, and certainly better than Penitent Remains here. We don't replay cards enough for that. Draw, same idea. Basically, you take draw early in case you find solutions to your problems or your deck goes a different direction. It's a good neutral selection. I appreciate that. We were so strong that we could take both of these inner combats, these inner trials. Excellent. The spikes didn't scare me. All because of this dude right here. Titan Sentry. This man trivialized that. We had an endless at that point. I think this is another thing that people sometimes sleep on. This guy is really, really effective. What a good unit. Truly, this is basically what so many other units in the game wish they were. Wilting Sapwood wishes it was as good as Titan Sentry. Shadow Eater wishes it was as good as Titan Sentry. There's a long list. There's a laundry list of units that wish they were as good as this unit. This unit solves problems. And I mentioned this in the run. It takes different upgrades, which makes your steel shops stronger on average, which I think is really important. Really important, truly. It diversifies your selections so that you always find something. You always get a little stronger somehow. This guy did a lot of work on for us, especially once we hit the Cuddlebeard. At that point, with Cuddlebeard, I knew I needed to self-infuse this fellow if it was at all possible, and it was. And this thing represented so much value, especially with the Siren Song, which, let me tell you, this card, ridiculous. Especially with Tethys, I rarely skip Siren Song. You need to show me some really good stuff for me to give up on this, truly. And I specifically bought the Lightstone casing so I could do the spell chain on this, and it was a lot of value. A lot of value. I think, having re-rolled that shop and seen a double stack, I also could have paid 2 Ember for a double stack Siren Song, which is essentially the same thing, but there are some differences. One, this is 2 incants, which I think actually matters a lot, provides a lot of value at that rate. And 2, it let me be flexible about it. I could kick it once and then play it again up top, or I could kick it once and then play it again, on my floor, and it was fine. I think that flexibility and the extra incant make a big difference here and matter. I like that a lot. So, also, you saw me do this on Seraph. I played Siren Song and left a Purge copy in, which meant that I was more likely to draw a Siren Song later on in the run, which matters. So it is slightly different than just paying 2 Ember for a double stack. Additionally, it is 1 Ember cheaper, technically, right? I'm paying 1 Ember for 2 spells that provide 6 days, as opposed to 1 spell that provides 6 days for 2 Ember. So, otherwise, I took Railforger's Hammer. It didn't really matter. I had Space Prisms, who cares? And then Lightstone Casing was specifically for this. That's great. But look how many fewer cards I have. All my Frozen Lances, of course, because they're 0-cost incants. It's fine. Shade Splitters, only 2 of them left. And I even had a Shroud Spike in there that I removed from the run at some point. And then no Train Stewards whatsoever. My deck was clean. I incanted the hell out of this run, is the way I'll say it. And then I think the actual pivot, it didn't matter a lot. I was hoping this would be Chillwind, because I think Chillwind represents a much stronger presence at 1 rank in Relentless, especially if you can keep her alive comfortably, which I could in this case. So I wanted Chillwind, but the spell weakness was something. It did something. It made Tethys hurt a floor a little more, which I think did matter. Because otherwise, I mean, she's just doing 40 damage to a front unit. I didn't care about the -3s. All I did was I put some -1s and stuff that I was going to buy anyway, so whatever. I think the Umbra Stone didn't really matter. It helped more on Seraph, I suppose, but it was not a big deal. I could have skipped this, pretty sure. And the rest of it is just picking up answers to problems. Having an extra thing that does backline mattered on Seraph. It meant I could do a little fun shenanigans with the Siren Song, and yeah. This was a really clean run to me. I felt very in command the whole way. If I were rating this run, I would say it's not particularly cursed. This is what I like to see when I'm rotating through and I see Tethys. This is what I want to hit. This is a very good mid roll. I don't think it's a high roll. I don't think it's a low roll. It's very in the middle. But that doesn't mean it's not worth looking at, because it's difficult to know how to play her. And so don't anyone go into this and be like, haha, Tethys, this run was easy. No, this run, you might think this is easy because, well, you have a lot of experience with the game, but I don't think this is necessarily easy. This is one of the harder Covenant 25 game plans to architect, especially when you have Umbra as your supporting clan, because Umbra sucks. And I just kind of kicked Umbra the hell out of my run to the best of my ability, so. Anyway, before this gets to 2 hours, I have talked enough about this. I hope that this explanation was useful to the person who submitted this. I hope this is useful to anyone who just wants to learn how to play Tethys better. So, rock on. Hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, give the video a like or a dislike if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.